Chicano Humanities Arts Council is over 47 years old, and through their long history, they've always had the vision of creating a space for all of the people that represent the culture of Chicano, Manitos, Mexicanos, Latinx, Hispano, our whole gambit of who we are as a people. And we had been on Santa Fe Arts District for 22 years, but actually got priced out and had to move. So we moved to the 40 West Arts District last year, and Jefferson County was very good to us in 40 West. But our hearts were always, longing to be back home here. And fortunately, there was a wonderful young man by the name of Kyle Schneider, and he had his mom's gallery, which you're looking at here. He was so generous and kind to us. He said, I want to give you my mother, Catherine's Page Art Gallery for your home on Santa Fe Arts District. So we came, and we've been renovating it and working with all of our beautiful staff. So we're going to have an art gallery presence back on Santa Fe Arts District, but we are keeping our headquarters and our home at the 40 West Arts District. So we're very excited to be back here, and there's so many lovely people, and we have some of the original founders here, so we'd love for you to be able to interview and talk to them.
Estoy muy alegre que las artistas de Denver podemos traer nuestro trabajo para enseñar a la comunidad, al público, qué es lo que estamos haciendo. La primera vez que esta galería se abre al público y todos pueden venir a ver el lindo papel picado y el trabajo que está aquí. Estamos celebrando.
In 1978, we got together with Don Cardenas, Don Cardenas, Lalo Delgado,
Al Sanchez,
and Enrico Montoya. Those are the original founders of Chicano Humanities and Arts Council. And the concept behind it was that we wanted to take and build a multicultural, multifaceted art. So one of them done media, TV, he done filmmaker. One of them was a dancer, National Chicano Dance Theater. Al Sanchez was an artist, and Lalo Delgado was a poet. And at the time I was working for Congresswoman Pat Schroeder, so I had the fortune enough to get them all together. And that's how Chac sort of evolved.
Can you talk
More higher? Am I talking too loud?
Yes.
Well, I wear two hearing aids now. That's how come I think I'm talking too loud. Okay. So that's how Chac got started, and then we applied for money for the National Endowment for the Arts, and we used the Latin American Research and Service Agency as the 501c3 because we didn't have one. And we applied for a 501 eventually and did receive it under the name of Chac. And then our first offices were at St. Patrick's Elementary School on Pecos. And that's where we had our first office.
Now, weren't you the first executive director?
I was the first acting executive director. We actually had another executive director, but we didn't have any money. So he was there, but only, it was sort of like trying to make, how do you run an organization if you don't have any money and he's not being paid? So I actually ran Chac out of my personal pocket for close to 6-8 months before I was actually paid. So I paid for the rent, and I just volunteered and got all the artists together. We started producing things. One of the things I was just talking to Dr. Lorenzo was that I think it's important that we recognize Rick Manzanares. Rick was the first person to move into Santa Fe. So I consider him the founder of the Santa Fe Art District. And after he opened up Chac in Santa Fe, eventually a few more galleries started opening up, and it became to what it is today. And then they priced us out until, fortunately, we lucked out and got somebody to bring us back to the art district.
And I was the first chairman of the board, and when 501c3 was created, and it was an interesting energy convergence that happened with these artists that became and are today some of the greatest artists of Chicano art, I'd say, in the nation. And so it's been an interesting evolution to this point today, where the building is owned, so I don't see people moving people out for rent reasons. It's really exciting, and I look at Carlos's work and the other artists, their work. It has become such a standard in the Chicano art movement across the nation, and so I'm really pleased to be a part of this effort.